Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So this channel is for educations and technology only. And we present educations and technology based on ancient Chinese culture, evidence, and sports science. Today, I'd like to share with you critical elements of Wing Chun YJKYM. This is extremely critical elements. Only with a proper understanding and practice of it, one can get good result. Without knowing the theory and practice behind this element, one will not get much out of it. So this element I'm going to share today is the YJKYM of Wing Chun 1850. Notice that I say Wing Chun 1850, not 1960s platform type of Wing Chun. I make it specifically clear here because this is a channel for educations and technology and Chinese culture. This is not for politics, lineage politics, grandmaster politics. This is solid for education. So Wing Chuners who want to know what is going on, what is the reason, why and how of this YJKYM in 1850s can know clearly what it is and can reproduce the result. This is very critical that we want to make it clear here, so we don't get into the Wing Chuners who believe in 1960s or they have a really strong feeling of the 1960s. Everybody is up for their belief. They are free to believe what they like. And that is not the scope of this channel or this video. So if you have any belief in the 1960s lineage or grandmaster and so forth, please do not watch this video anymore because this is for technology. So we don't go off topic to wasting everybody's time, get into politics game and so forth, okay? So today we want to talk about what is a proper YJKYM. YJKYM is the platform of Wing Chun, the basic platform of the Wing Chun. That's why it is the platform of the Xiu Lim Tao sets. If this platform or this foundation is not properly developed, then you know you will not get much result on top of it. It's like a building. If you don't put the foundation properly, you will not get far with the building. If you want to build a 10-storage building, you better have a good foundations. If you want to have a one floor building, then that's okay, whatever you want to do. And sure, that is still an issue of probability if one do not know what is this foundations is about, why, what, how. So let's go into the ancient Chinese culture to see what is this YJKYM is about. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is get into the the time machine and go back to, say, General YJKYM time 450 years ago, and then track it back. If we do that, we know there is a key of traditional Chinese martial arts. What Chinese martial art? It is a martial art, is for fighting, right? So there is a key there. And the saying is, 一胆二力三技术. It means, first, one should have the courage to fight. The second, one should have the strength to support the fight. The third is the techniques. So the first is the courage. The second, you need to support back the courage out by strength. And the techniques come later after the strength. So without strength, you simply cannot fight, period. Be careful on this strength. This strength is not like in the today's Fa Jing, this and that. Okay, strength means strength, meaning your muscle strength, your strength, like the Western boxing strength, like the BJJ strength, like the MMA strength. Okay, it's not those Fa Jing and blah blah blah. For past 450 years at least, this is the bottom line. Courage backed up by strength, and techniques will help. Okay? That is how the priority. Now, in order to develop the strength, it said, 外练筋骨皮, externally develop the bone, the joints, the muscle, the facial, so forth. 内练一口气, within or internal, develop that breathing. So in order to develop the strength, you need these two things. Okay? Externally, you need your physical. Without physical, are we ghosts or ET? We need the breathing. We know that if we don't have oxygen, there's no energy, there's no strength. Period. So this two things is the bottom line core of traditional Chinese martial arts. Anything which is real deal for past 450 years at least is based on this. So do I have evidence? Sure, you look at General YJKYM. Didn't he ask his army? Okay, prior to that, as I state here in the Wing Chun Inception, first thing, they choose the guy who have a strong body, good healthy body. The second, they make the army, train the army to run miles per day, wearing heavy armor. What is that for? Strength. Okay? And strength meaning that externally you have to build out your muscle and so forth, and internally you need to know how to breathe. Okay? Now, we know these two core, and in the previous recent video I talked about the Qigong of the Chinese martial arts. We know Qigong is about the heart and lung synchronizations or development of the cardio, the breathing. Okay, so we in the last video we showed this map based on the H model of the Wing Chun Inception. So Qigong is belong to zone 1 of the heart rate zone, and resting heart rate. Aerobic is zone 2, zone 3, and anaerobic is zone 4, zone 5. So the Qigong here is for recovery, is for develop the heart and lung synchronizations, deep breathing, those kind of stuff. Aerobic here is for skill and condition. Okay, further conditions of the breathing and so forth, and then also the body, okay, as this thing. So the impulse momentum or anaerobic, you know that this is really intense development of this external bone, joints, muscle, and internally breathing. So the entire thing is the develop of this is only a matter of which is the priority at different state. Like this state, your priority will be like you lifting weight, you want to increase your muscle density and so forth, and the bone density and so forth. Over here, you want to develop your breathing with the really efficient operations of your lung and the heart, or not loading your heart and lung. Over here, you're loading your body big time. So they are different. And every one of those have their purpose. So here you do things slowly, your breathing rate going down, your heart rate going down, you run into the parasympathetic nervous system. That's why you can check with the SpO2, check with the heart rate variability. Over here, you run into the sympathetic flight and fight dominance state. Okay. So this is parasitic, this is sympathetic. Okay. So this is a human, a real human, and thus one develop that slow stuff, that breathing stuff, that qigong stuff is here. Fighting is up here. So this qigong or anything, you know, do it things slowly is not going to be able to train one to fight, because here you need high intense body handling and so forth. That's why the Qi records or the writing, you see that it is have heavy training on this. That's also why today's traditional Chinese martial art, in one way, it break down. Why? Because many people thinking if they train internal, using mind, not using strength, they can have this magic power. Well, the reality is those stuff never be able to use in the fight. The example is 2 years ago when Xi Xiaodong fight that Tai Chi Lei Lei guy. You are not, Lei Lei never trained in here. Just look at the body of the Lei Lei and Xi Xiaodong. You can see that you never deal with this thing. How can you train something here? To fight something here. Not to mention, does Lei Lei really have Xing Qi to Dan Tian, those kind of things? There's questions. Okay, now, so the Wing Chun 1850 start with the in this, you know, the common people, the resting, the common usual daily resting rate, it going downward, going into the deep rest, training what? Training the breathing. The very effective lung and heart coherent synchronization, train the breathing, get into the natural lower abs breathing to increase their breathing capacity without raising their heart rate or raising the breathing rate. Okay, so in the 1850s Wing Chun, they do that because they want to actually maximize the breathing capability or breathing capacity or breathing volume, to maximize it. And because they know that breathing actually is the root of the strength and energy. as I cited here in the Wing Chun Matrix on the Shaolin Sword Strike writing, breathing is the root of the strength. If the breathing do not go deep, then you don't develop that strength. Okay, that's Shaolin Sword Strike. So you want to have a lot of strength, you need to have deep lower abs, natural deep lower abs breathing to support it. So instead of just starting here without developing the breathing and go right away to the impulse momentum, the difference of the Wing Chun 1850 is it first going down to the Qigong area or Qigong states. It developed that that breathing, and then with that improve of their body breathing capability and volume and so forth, they go back up for the aerobic and anaerobic. So the first is going down to the Qigong and then going up. Okay? So we know that this type of training, the first is going to the Qigong to increase the breathing, to maximize the breathing, is putting the breathing as the core focus of the development so that it be able to support this. First is courage, and courage has to support by the strength. Okay? And of course, at that time, you want a proper mechanics to make it so that one be able to effortlessly increase the breathing. Remember over here in Qigong, it is under the conditions of the respiration rate going down or breathing rate going down and the heart rate going down, they maximize the breathing. Okay, so it doesn't load the lung and the heart. That's Qigong. Okay, so when you want to do that, you want to have a body mechanic to support that. Meaning, you need a proper mechanics, very effective and efficient handling of the body mechanics to support the development of the bleeding. Okay? You cannot just simply do anything, try to cultivate or develop the maximize of your breathing here. You need to have a certain body mechanics to support the body so that the physical is in the state be able to support the development or the maximize of the breathing. Okay? Now, so we know that breathing is the bottom line and the body handling is to support it. Okay? If you read about the Queen of 1850s and the Chinese culture and so forth, you will find out that it is standing in this way. That's why it's called the YJKYM, the parallel clamping to the yang side stand. Notice, yang is not good. Okay, yang is the positive side of the body. Okay, such as the external of the feet. This side. Okay, so it means that the legs has to stand with the intensity on the yang side. For example, when we do squats, using that part of the yang side of the legs, and this is the platform which with the breathing is the core, where you want to develop breathing first. Because if you develop breathing and you are in the Qigong state, you develop breathing, you have more oxygen, your blood circulation get better, and that is going to help to aid the body mechanics, because your body muscle and so forth, you need the blood circulations and you need the breathing. And now you maximize the breathing, and then your blood circulations is smooth. Okay, so that way, even though one is focused on the breathing, when the breathing is maximized, the breathing actually turn around and helping the body mechanics. And that's this. So it starts with internally, it develop the breathing, and then because of internally develop the breathing, it turns around to help, to support, to grow the muscle, the bones, and so forth. So this is the first priority, this is the second priority. So this is supportive, this is the main. So at this Qigong time, that's what happened. And that's why they use this type of the body mechanics, and it's not a structure. Okay, it be able to move, but it's just using this type of the activate the yang side of the leg muscle or channel, and it be able to let the breathing go up and down deeply. Okay, so it's like in the Wing Chun Inception, I have explained, you know, all this yin and yang and the breathing, like in this page 105 about the breathing, handling of the, this is sinking and rising, sinking, rising of the breathing. This is yang and yin side, this is sinking and rising. So the stance or the YJKYM has to be able to support the sinking and the rising of the breathing. Okay, as I show it here, what is the rising and sinking, and it end up to be a stance like that. This is parallel using the yang side. Okay, and it be able to support the up and down of the breathing. The rise and sink of the breathing. So that is the, this is the idea, and this is the implementations. How to use the body. That is how the proper YJKYM of the 1850s. And of course, in the Wing Chun, beginning Wing Chun, you have all this, how to handle the body mechanics, and then in the Wing Chun matrix, we now using our new modern tools to develop this. Because without that type of breathing, one really don't maximize the breathing. Okay, and one is not going to develop this thing in a full way. Okay, it's just, if we turn it back, for example, if I never go through this, I just start with whatever I have in my breathing, say the chest breathing, and then go up here. Of course, there's very different than I going down there, I maximize the breathing and come back. My breathing, my oxygen intake capacity is at least 3-4 times compared with if I don't go down there and develop. Okay, and with this I can go down to parasympathetic nervous systems states. So I can develop many things, you know, compare with if I just go down here and go up there, it's very fast, I'm going to go out of breath. So if I'm going compete with somebody a little bit stronger than me, I cannot take it because the guy is stronger. But with this, I improve my breathing rate, breathing volume 3-4x. Then it's a different story. So that is what is the truth on this thing. Without being able to do this, one will not be able to develop the breathing, and this body mechanic is not going to get strengthened because you don't have oxygen. You don't have increasing your oxygen. Now, today's many people doing the YJKYM this way. Okay, even the people who practice, I'm saying that people who practice the 1850 Xiu Lin Tao, doing this way. Okay? Instead of using the yang side, you're using the yin side. The knee coming in, you have force strength here. When one using this yang side of the muscle, yes, the strength is here. You feel the strength. While inside here, actually, it is relaxed. This is strength. This two side is strength. This is relaxed. That's why this can go up and down. The minute you use strength here, like clamping your knee and using here, or pigeon toes here, this strengthen the body, human body, this part, it will jamming it that it not be able to go up and down. Thus, for this, you cannot develop the breathing. You cannot get into the Qigong or internal develop the breathing. This is just plain human body, plain science, sports science. So that's the reason why I in the chapter 8 I have so many so-called synchronization, breathing, and so forth. And in the Wing Chun matrix, I have this 2C state. The 2C state develop, that is to develop here. And of course, you need the mechanics, okay, to start with. You need the mechanics to start with. You need the mechanics to start with. So this is the truth, the bottom line of the 1850 Xiu Lin Tao. If this YJKYM is not properly handled, there's no way one can develop the 1850 Xiu Lin Tao. It becomes just a dance, because you cannot have the strength. You cannot have the breathing. You cannot have the strength, and that's why if you read the this Queen Creek, okay, the writing of 1850s. It always says something like following the breathing or using the breathing, so far. Okay, so it always have to do like for example. Okay, so it say that this Y11, it says single horizon and double press handling across to the breathing. So breathing is the core of the 1850 Xiu Lin Tao sets. If we don't know how to handle the breathing, then all bets off. You will not develop much. You only just mimic the posture and you do not know that. And if you want to talk about Jing or Fa Jing and those kind of things, as in this thing, the Fa Jing and everything is on top of this Fa Jing stuff is on top of the breathing. Without the breathing, without the basic strength, the Fa Jing and so forth is just technique stuff. Okay, so this is the entire thing. I hope that after you see this is clear. If you do this, standing this type of YJKYM, expect it. You will not be able to breathe. Your breathing will be stuck here. This is human biomechanics, biology. Okay? 1850s is not like that. You have to have this thing loose up. If you hold this, structurize the whole thing, you cannot breathe. So you end up that your chest is breathing on your chest, while this thing have 3 to 6 times of volume of breathing, depend on people. You increase that from the chest breathing. So this is to share with you today. Okay, again, this is solid for 1850s, not for the 1960 platform and got nothing to do with which grandmaster, which lineage, or put down or put up or whatever. This is human. This is Chinese martial arts. If we don't follow this rule, you know it's not going to get you result. Wing Chun is one of the traditional Chinese martial arts. Wing Chun subject to the natural, the law of nature. Wing Chun subject to the sport science. That's the bottom line. Nobody can override those things. That's why I say it's about education and technology. We based on the ancient Chinese evidence and the sport science.